Hello, in this video we're going to be looking a wee bit more at adding and subtracting fractions. So what we're going to be able to do is add and subtract fractions that have different denominators. Now what we've already looked at is adding and subtracting fractions when they've got the same denominator. So we'll just look at a couple of examples to remind you of how we do that. If I've got 2/9 and I add on 5/9, then what I've got is 7/9. So crucially what we need to remember is that these numerators, the numbers on the top, we add those together. 2 plus 5 is 7, but these numbers on the bottom, the denominators, we don't add them together. That's telling us what type of fraction we've got. So if I've got 2/9 and 5/9, that makes 7/9. Same kind of thing here when I'm subtracting. If I've got 6/7 and I take away 3/7, I'm going to be left with 3/7. Because I had 6 of them, I've taken away 3 of them, so now I'm left with just 3. And again, the denominator doesn't change. We also looked last time at adding and subtracting fractions when they don't have the same denominator, but I can sort of multiply one of them to make it the same. So this one, I'd keep my 1/6 as it is. 1/6 could stay the same, and I'd have to make this fraction so that it has a 6 as its denominator as well. So if I want that denominator to be 6, we need to think, well, what did I have to multiply everything by to change this 3 into a 6? We had to multiply by 2. So I'm going to do the same on the top. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So now it looks like one of those questions that we had before. I've got 1/6 plus 4/6, which means my answer gives me a total of 5/6. So when I do 1/6 plus 2/3, the answer I get is 5/6. And we had to do a little bit of adjusting to make sure that we had the right denominator. We had to make them both sixths. And we can do the same thing when we're subtracting. So I've got some 15ths over here, but I've got some 5ths over here. So we're going to have to multiply this up to make them both 15ths. So let's make them both 15ths. We're still subtracting in the middle. This one, I didn't have to do anything, so we're going to leave that as 7/15. This one, on the left, I had to do a little bit of adjusting. I had to multiply by, well, I had to change the 5 into a 15, so I've multiplied by 3, haven't I? Means we have to do the same thing on the top. 3 times 3 is 9. So that means I've got 9/15, take away 7/15. That's going to leave me with just 2/15. And again, my denominator stays the same, right? I have 9/15. I take away 7 of them. That leaves me with 2 of them. Okay, let's get on to some slightly more complicated ones. We've got here, the question we want to answer is 2/5 plus 1/3. And to sort of help you visualize what we're going to do here, I've got these grids that we're going to shade in to help us. So let's start by making my 2/5. It's this sort of reddy pink colour. My box here is split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So if I want to shade in 2/5 of that box, I can shade in 2 of those columns. So there we go, that's 2/5 there. 2/5. Let's choose a colour for my 1/3 as well. That can be green. Now this box, same as this box, is split into 1, 2, 3 rows. So I'm going to colour in 1 row, and that's going to be 1/3. So I've got 2/5 and I've got 1/3. And if we look at these boxes sort of as a whole, they're cut into 15 pieces, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this 2/5 is actually the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/15. 6/15. That's the same as that. And this 1/3 is the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/15. So this is the same as 5/15. And because I've drawn it like that, now we've got the same denominator on both. So 6/15 is the same as 2/5. 5/15 is the same as 1/3. So now if we wanted to add them together, we can see that our answer is going to be 11/15. because I've got 6 of them over here, I'm adding another 5 of them over here, so in total I've got 11/15. Okay, let's try another one where we're not going to use the diagram to help us. So here we go. I've got 3/4. I want to take away from that 2/3. So I'm going to start off by making so we've got the same denominator for both. Now, when I do that, I need to think about a number that's in the 4 times table and the 3 times table. And there will always be lots of different options that we can choose, but it's a good idea to choose the smallest one that we can think of. So something that's in the 4 and the 3 times table, I'm going to choose 12. 12 is in the 4 times table, 12 is also in the 3 times table. And then we need to look on this side, what did I have to multiply by? To change this 4 into a 12, I think I had to multiply by 3, didn't I? Multiply by 3. So we're going to have to do the same on the top. We're going to take this 3 and we're going to multiply it by 3 as well. So we get 9. So 3/4, that's the same as 9/12. 2/3, we're going to do the same thing here. So this 3 on the bottom, what did I have to multiply that by to change it into a 12? Well, this time I multiplied by 4, didn't I? Because 3 times 4 is 12. So we do the same on the top. 2 times 4, that is 8. And now this is a question that I can answer because we've got the same denominator. 9/12 take away 8/12 is going to leave me with 1/12. So that's going to be my answer. I had to first of all make so they've got the same denominator. To do that, I multiplied this fraction by 3, I multiplied this fraction by 4 on the top and bottom, and that gave me 1/12. Okay, let's try another. I've got 3/10 and I've got 5/8, and I want to add them together. Like before, the first thing we're going to have to do is find a common denominator, a denominator that will work for both. So that's going to have to be a number that's in the 10 and the 8 times table. Again, there are lots of numbers that we could choose, but normally choosing the smallest one is useful. So I'm going to choose 40. 40 is in both. 40. So what have I had to multiply by on this left-hand side to change that 10 into a 40? Well, obviously I had to multiply by 4. So we're going to do the same on the top. 10 times 4 is 40, 3 times 4 is 12. So 3/10 is the same as 12/40. Let's go to the other side. What did I have to multiply here? To change this 8 into a 40, I had to multiply by 5, didn't I? 8 5s are 40, so we're going to do the same on the top. This 5 gets multiplied by 5, so I've got 25, which means I've now got a total of, well, I've got 12/40 plus another 25/40. That's going to be 37/40, I think, equals 37/40. There we go. So that's my answer. If I do 3/10 plus 5/8, the answer is 37/40. And this is how we get there. Got a couple more examples we're going to look at. So here we've got a subtraction we're going to do. I've got 8/9. I want to take away 5/12. The first thing we're going to have to do is what number is in both of those times tables. Again, there's a bunch that we could choose, but let's try and choose the smallest one we can think of. So in the 9 times table and in the 12 times table, we've definitely got the number 36, haven't we? So let's go for 36 on the bottom, 36. And then on this left-hand side, what do I have to multiply everything by to change this 9 into a 36? Well, it's multiplied by 4, isn't it? 9, 18, 27, 36. That's how my 9 times table goes. So we're timesing by 4 over here. And 8 times 4 on the top is going to be 32. On the bottom, I've got 12. What have I multiplied that by? To change it into a 36, I had to multiply it by 3. So we're going to do the same on the top. This top number, 5, is going to get multiplied by 3 as well. We've got 15. Okay, so 32/36, take away 15/36. That's going to leave me with 17/36. Because the denominator stays the same, the 36 stays the same. 32, take away the 15, is 17. Final example we'll look at then. I've got 3/11 plus 5/7. And like before, the first thing I need to come up with is a number that is in both the 11 and the 7 times tables. Best I'm going to be able to do here is 77. So I've just multiplied this one by 7 and I've multiplied this one by 11, so I know they're definitely both in the 7 and 11 times tables respectively. So what have I done on this side? I multiplied by 7, so we'll do the same on the top. 3 times 7 is 21. What have I done on this side? I multiplied by 11 times 11. So 5 times 11, that's 55. Now I need to add those guys together. So we've got 21 77ths plus 55 77ths. We're going to end up with a total of 76 77ths. It's quite difficult to say. 76 77ths is our answer, because this is the same as this, and this is the same as this. So when we add them together, 76 77ths is what we've got. Okay, lovely stuff. I'll see you later. Bye.